Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cool Hands, and I got another game of Hijacked for you 2 days in a row. I actually don't hate this map. I don't really like I said yesterday, I don't really like many of the maps in this game, but I can tolerate Hijacked. I don't feel like it's as many corridors and crevices and little corners that people can hide in versus a lot of the other maps. Now, you can still get completely decimated if you're playing Domination and a team spawn traps you. But when you're on the other end, when you're doing the spawn trapping, it's fun. So, I don't know. I don't love this map, but I can tolerate it versus a lot of other maps in this game. But I'll try to get another gameplay with a different map up soon. But what I want to talk about in this game is Domination. Or not in this game, but in this commentary is Domination. It's my absolute favorite game mode in all of Call of Duty. I started playing it in Call of Duty 4 and never looked back. I just stuck with that game mode. I do like playing TDM from time to time, but that can get really slow. I mean, the whole point of TDM is keeping a positive KD. If your entire team has a positive KD, you can't lose. So people are going to find ways to survive. People are going to sit in corners. And I can only play TDM so much. What else? Headquarters is okay, but obviously if you capture the headquarters and then you die, you have to wait for your team to respawn. I don't want to do that. I don't want to wait at any point in time. I don't like games with respawn timers, so I mean, I'm okay with CTF, but given the choice between CTF and Domination, I'm going to pick Domination. What else is there? Will not play Search and Destroy. No way in hell. Hate Search and Destroy. Demolition is okay, but if you're playing with a team, then that can kind of turn into a spawn kill fest. I mean, just constantly. In Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2, the spawns are completely static. So you can just sit there and watch the enemy team spawn. And it's okay in the beginning, but that can get kind of boring. It's not really fun. So yeah. Domination, that's my favorite game mode. It's been my favorite game mode since COD 4. And I was kind of interested to see this new change that they implemented in Black Ops 2. If you're not familiar, I'm sure if you're watching this, if you played the game, you know what's happened. But just in case you don't know, originally Domination, you capture flags, you get points, and you try to reach 200 first. First team to hit 200 wins. Pretty simple. I'm sure all you guys know this. Now with Black Ops 2, they've changed that. First team to hit 200 wins, but that's not normally the case. Now you have 2 rounds that are 5 minutes long. So if you don't hit 200 at the end of the 10-minute game, then it's the team with the highest score that wins. And I kind of like that idea when I first heard about it, because what it does is if you start the game in round 1 at the A flag, then in round 2 you're going to start the game at the C flag. That way, if one side is a little bit more advantageous than the other side, you have the ability to play on both different sides. And you might be wondering, well, I mean, what's the big deal? How bad could these maps be? To kind of give you a little bit of perspective, you played something like Call of Duty 4, if you played BOG, if you spawn terrorist side, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get destroyed. Just the way the nature of that map was, the nature of the spawns, you could not escape the spawns at all. So it was completely one-sided. To give you another example, Black Ops 1 and Summit, this wasn't 100% one-sided, but if you spawned B and C and you played with the team, you captured those flags, you can just kind of sit between... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, stand by. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. Actually, my Xbox Live, I had to update my credit cards on there, and it wasn't accepting it. I spent the last hour trying to get back on Xbox Live. What was I talking about? Something... Oh yeah, Summit. Yeah, if you spawn with it, or if you play with the team, you spawn A or B and C. You hold those 2 flags, and it's really easy to just kind of sit between A and B and spawn camp the enemy team. Again, that's a map where you're kind of at a disadvantage. So to fix this situation, yes, Scout. Yes, thank you for adding in your 2 cents. To switch this situation. They made it so that you'd spawn on both sides of the map during the entire game. And that way, if you spawn on a crappy side of the map, well then don't worry, the next round you'll spawn on a good side. And I like that. That's how competitive play does it, and it made sense to me. But then I started playing it, and I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan of the change. It's not the end of the world, I prefer the old way of Domination. Honestly, I wish they would use this setup in League play. I think maybe League play should be set up like this, but in traditional standard playlists, it should just be like normal Domination. Reasons for that, one of them, a lot of people might not see it the same way I do, but I just prefer keeping the tempo the same way the entire way throughout the game. Having this round system, it stops the match. You watch the final kill cam, then it loads everything, then you have that starting timer all over again, then you have to capture your starting flag. It just kind of kills it for me. not the end of the world, not a giant problem, I guess, but for me, one of the reasons why I like playing Domination, I said it before, is because I just like the tempo being as fast as it is, and this just feels like it breaks everything up. What else do I not like about this setup? Now, obviously, I said before, the fact that you have these 2 rounds, it kind of keeps the game balanced, I guess. If you spawn on a bad side in the beginning, then the next round you'll spawn on a good side. The problem, though, is kill streaks. If your team is doing extremely well, then 9 times out of 10, or at least when I've been playing the game, I won't use kill streaks when there's, you know, a minute or 30 seconds left. I'll save whatever kill streaks I have and use them at the start of the next round, and that will help you to take the B flag and take control of the map. So you're not really 100% even when you're starting out in that second round. If you have one team that's doing really well, say they started on the strong side and they're taking advantage of spawn camping and they're building up all their kill streaks, they're going to say, you know, hey, save what you have in the last minute or last 45 seconds. We're going to use all this stuff at the start of the next round. And it's so it's not 100% even. So that's one of the things. That's why I kind of wish, I don't know if League, I think League Play allows kill streaks, but maybe that'll change in the future. But if there weren't kill streaks, it wouldn't be a problem. But I don't know, the way it's set up right now, I wish it was in League Play. I don't really want it in the standard playlists. And the final thing, I had no idea. I didn't even think about this at the time, but somebody posted this up in the forum, a YouTuber by the name of Chris Smooth. He mentioned it, and then I actually saw a couple games that fell into how he described it. But you can't get those epic comebacks that you can normally do in Domination. Those games where, say, you're down, you know, 50, 60 points, and you triple cap, and you hold it, and you prevent the enemy team from recapturing those flags, and you win. Those are my absolute favorite wins in this game. You know, those comeback wins that are very difficult, that require teamwork, because I mean, you might be able to defend 1 or maybe even 2 flags, but you can't defend all flags at the same time. Those are more my favorite moments while playing this game. Because of the time limit, sometimes that's not possible. You might gain momentum, you might start to turn things around, but if the team already has a large enough lead and there's not enough time left, then it doesn't matter. And there's a lot of times I've been playing games where I see, you know, oh, I don't even need to defend flags anymore. There's just not enough time for them to catch up based on the score. Or there's other situations where we're starting to do well, we're capturing flags, we're turning things around, and I look at the timer and, well, it doesn't even matter. It's over already. So that actually is probably my least favorite aspect of the change altogether. Is just the fact that you can't have those comebacks. Now, that might not apply to everybody, and that might not be as big a deal for a lot of people, but for me, I just prefer the old system. I know a couple people on the forum said they like this setup, and I guess there are definitely positives. Like, I mean, obviously you can play both sides of the maps, but I don't know. I prefer the old system, and I like the idea. I wish it would stay in competitive playlists, but for the standard stuff, I wish it would remain the way it used to be. I don't know what else to say about this. This game's kind of running long. I think. Well, I guess what I'll talk about real quick is I know that they have this anti-dashboarding probation thing. So if you dashboard a lot, people will get timeouts and they'll get kicked. They're not kicked, but they can't play the game for a certain period of time. But I noticed a lot of people quitting in the early days of this game, and a lot of times I'm playing solo. And the reason I bring this up is in this game, yeah, the host migrates, and pretty soon everybody quits, and it's just game over. So I started getting frustrated at the end of this game because I had plenty of time to get some more kills, and everybody leaves. So I just capture the last flag and spam my knife in frustration. But I don't know. Seems like a lot of people are quitting lately. Let me know what you guys think about the changes in Domination, and like always, take it easy.